You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
One of Amador County's own car guys, Jim Wilson. How you doing, Jim?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Still working on the dragster scene?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Well, we're getting ready to go to the Hot Rod Reunion in Bakersfield in October.
Okay.
The second week in October, and things are going pretty well.
Okay. And you have you're a partner in a top fuel dragster?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That runs off nitromethane, correct?
Nitromethane, right.
How many horsepower does that car make?
About 3,000 horsepower. Not enough, evidently, though.
Not enough, though, huh?
It's never enough.
And in the nostalgia class, you're basically limited to tire size, and there's certain rules that you have to go by the old rules?
Tire size, fuel pump, blower overdrive, things like that.
Okay. We're here today at the Italian Society Park, and this is Andy's picnic. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, this thing started in 1966 in Crow Canyon Road in between Castro Valley and San Ramon, and it outgrew the facilities, and they moved it to is that Solano County Fairgrounds, I believe, and it was there for a number of years, and then he retired and didn't have any more picnics, and he had a reunion picnic about 5 years ago, and since moving up there, he decided to try one of these. And had it, and it's a huge success.
Right. It's just been watching all of these hot rods through our historic towns, and it's just been great.
Yes, it had. I mean, and the weather's been perfect, not too hot. It was a great dinner, and fattest playing tonight.
Okay.
Great, and the whole week.
Lives here in the county, then?
Yes, he lives in Pine Grove.
Okay. And we've seen his vehicles at the Jackson car shows, correct?
Yes, we have.
Okay. How did he get people?
Connections just from way back. I mean, he goes back to the 60s, 50s, late 50s and 60s. He was a starter at Fremont Drag Strip and Half Moon Bay Drags before they had lights.
Sure.
And
and he's still here to talk about it.
Still here to talk about it.
You're standing between two cars
Probably
about
should
the
talk
stand
about
on
your
it.
dad's 55 Chevy as well when we're talking about drag racing.
All right. Well, and that was a fun car for the streets.
Yeah, and it was sponsored by Huey Lewis.
It was. It actually was. It was kind of a fun thing. I would have never been able to, being a 20-year-old guy, I wouldn't have had the money to put that together, but with help with my father and his friends that obviously had money.
Right. That was great just looking at that car, seeing that in Super Chevy magazine and what have you. A famous car right here in Jackson.
Bringing back old times here.
Yes.
So, Jim, thanks for talking with us. We're going to check out some of these cars. Just like you said, a great turnout.
You bet.
Okay.
Thanks,
care,
Cam. You bet.
This is, I believe, is what they call a rat rod. This has a small block Chevy and an older. I'm guessing it's a Ford, and they, it's not necessarily making it as glamorous as possible when you go for this look. It's just the rat rod look, a little bit of welding here and some rust showing through, but still kind of a neat style. We're here with Stan. Your last name?
Kopaz.
Kopaz. Where are you from, Stan?
Hayward.
How'd you hear about the show?
Friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a group here. A lot of people know each other.
Yes, that seems to be the case.
Okay. This is your truck here. Tell us about it.
Well, I've had it a little bit less than a year. It was by a guy years up in Washington State, and it's a 47 cab sitting on an 86 Isuzu chassis.
Oh wow! So kind of the modern technology on the bottom, and on the top the.
You got it. Yeah.
So, how long did it take to put together a vehicle like this?
10 years. Yeah, the guy that built it he told me it was about 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, he built it as a ranch truck to begin with, and he put much money into it. Decided, this is too nice.
Yeah. So, how long have you owned the vehicle?
A little less than a year.
A little less than a year.
Yeah.
You traveled to other shows?
I came up here to the ranch show.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I thought your truck. Is that a truck or?
It's a truck.
It's a
yeah.
truck. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought your truck looked familiar, possibly from the Kirkland Ranch. But
Yeah.
this is do you drive it at all or?
I drove it here.
Okay. Where'd you? And you from the area?
From Hayward. Yeah.
So
it's a driver.
and it drives like a newer vehicle.
Yeah. It's a diesel, so it gets pretty good mileage. So when you get to the hills and move over to the slow lane.
Where's the next show you're headed to?
Probably Good Guys next week.
And where at Pleasanton? Yeah, that's the big.
Yeah, it's a good one.
The big one of them all.
Yeah.
Right. Great. Thanks for talking with us, and have a good show.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Looking at a 1932. I'm not sure of the model here, but Kind of cool. Roy Brizio, so possibly a relative of somebody. Nice. These are called scallops, sort of like the flames, but looks like a candy apple pink scallop there on a metallic blue paint. Looks like they've gone and painted the chassis, and they've got chrome control there. We hear from the background, built about 25 years ago. Can you tell us about the car?
It's Roy Brizio's car.
Okay. And it's a 32?
32 High Boy.
High Boy, okay. And what do you know what's under the hood by chance?
It's a Ford motor. I'm not sure what size. It's a 302 or something like that, you know, with a C4.
Sure been nice looking throughout the county. We've been seeing all of these cars making it through the stoplights, and it's just been a pleasure for the county to view these cars.
Yeah.
Thank you. We found Paul Malnelli Sr. and your grandson. How you doing, Paul?
My grandson Dominic, how you doing?
Dominic, how are you?
Good, very good.
Enjoying the cars today?
Yes, I am.
Paul, were you a car guy as a kid?
Well, I wasn't really, although all my friends had cars. I rode.
Yeah.
I belonged to a car club in San Francisco when I was a teenager.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we used to work on them, and yeah, so this is all familiar. I rode in these type of cars when they were not hot rods.
kind of a good event to bring your grandson to. Maybe talk about things that you saw when you were his age here that are being displayed, maybe, or maybe a little older, but you still saw him as a kid.
Oh, that's exactly right. Again, some of these cars I rode in as a young person. Like my uncles had them, and older people had them. Was their cars? They weren't hot rods.
Right.
It was their cars in those days. Now they're antiques.
Right. Looking good throughout the county. Seeing these cars at all of our lodging establishments. Just cruising through town, kind of brings you back to yesteryear.
Oh, it does. It does. I used to go to drag strips. We used to race on the streets of San Francisco. We had our places where we had races, and yeah, these were the kind of cars that were racing in those days.
Any kind of favorite car in particular?
You know, well, first of all, I love black cars, so
Okay.
my favorite always goes to black cars. But no, I don't have a favorite. There's an exotic one over here that's pretty a Ford, pretty different. But no, I don't have a favorite yet that I've seen.
Great. Well,
I don't know, Dominic, have you seen
Dominic, anything yours you liked out here?
That one up there with the huge back tires and the giant engine in the front.
How old are you, Dominic?
14.
14. Thinking, looking at these cars, thinking about is the driver's license anywhere in the thoughts for the future?
Yeah, definitely.
My son is turning 16. It was almost, he wasn't sure if he was too interested in that, but you know.
It's hard for me to believe your son's 16 since I saw you in diapers.
And that was only 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. And I may see you again if I live long enough.
You started and you ended. You know what I'm saying?
You never know.
Paul, thanks for talking with us.
All
We're here
right.
with Joe Davis, a.k.a. Hot Rod. How'd you come up with that name?
Obvious, isn't it?
Burned a few tires in his days, a few sock hops in the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we have here?
This is a 1926 Ford Touring, aka Tub, because it's, you heard of T-buckets. This is a T-tub because it has a back seat.
Oh, gotcha.
4 doors, 4-door convertible, and Ford small block motor, 5-speed transmission. So it's really an 84 Mustang in disguise.
Where do you come from?
Marin County, San Rafael, California.
Great. I actually was a youngster in Marin.
I still am.
There you go. Just a great place to live.
It is.
You got the ridge there on the coast, holding back the marine layer and creating a natural air conditioner.
Yeah, we have a beautiful area. We're kind of up on San Rafael Hill, so it's like 10 degrees cooler up there or in the summer and 10 degrees warmer in the winter.
Looks like you got a Ford power plant.
Yeah, it's a 302 small block Ford, about 350 horsepower. Aluminum heads and AFB carburetor, camshaft, all the goodies. It's blueprinted and
Sure.
hot rod motor.
Now tell us, the headers come off the block here, and then they have a little cap here, and that's removable.
Oh yes, very easily.
And the reason behind that,
Just to make noise.
right?
It gains me about 25 horsepower when I uncap it.
Oh, not to
Otherwise
go through the
it-
exhaust,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So.
Right. Learn something new every day. A little electric fan here on the front.
Yeah, that's called a side widener fan. If you notice, the motor's down at the edge,
Oh,
the
yes.
circumference, and it's got a belt drive, so that because I had no room for a big fan.
Wow, I've actually never seen that before. How long have they had those?
I bought that probably 4 years ago in Pomona.
I've been out of the car scene for probably 10 years. Looks like you have a Willwood brake setup.
Yeah, one for the clutch, one for front, and one for back brakes.
Oh, great.
So that way I won't lose all the brakes if something happens.
Did you drive it here from Marin County?
Of course. The only time it's on a trailer is when it's broken.
I like that. And it looks like you brought your
That's my
better half here.
That's Linda.
And did you come stay the night in Amber County?
We came up Friday.
Okay.
I had she's retired, and I took the week off because
Okay.
we went to Bonneville Salt Flats to race my buddy's race car.
Great.
So we came down on Friday and enjoyed the day, and then Saturday, of course, was here, and now we're headed home.
Did you go into any of the stores or any of the restaurants?
Yeah,
while you were
we
here?
walked downtown and saw Jackson.
Great.
So yeah, really enjoyed it. We'll be back.
Great. Well, thanks for coming, and enjoy your ride back to Marin County.
We will. Thank you very much.
So we found the Hootenannies girls, a couple of local girls that I've seen before.
Absolutely.
Wow. So how did you end up as how did the Hootenannies girls take place? How did it start?
Dave just called us one day and said, I need 2 hot girls to dress up 50
represent
styles.
Hootenannies.
Hootenannies.
I saw people taking your picture here with this car. Is that what you're kind of doing today? Doing a little bit of modeling work?
Oh yeah, modeling, and if you bring in a free pic or a picture of your hot rod on your cell phone to Hootenannies, you get a free drink.
Did you hear that? Wow, I bet guys want to show these 2 girls their hot rods. I would almost be positive. What do you think, Tommy?
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
What do you think, Tommy? Do the guys want to show these girls their hot rods? I'm thinking so. What a great addition to the car show. Thanks for coming. We've seen these girls, Richard the Rock Star, seen all over the internet, all over YouTube, Facebook,
Twitter.
everywhere. Check them out, Richard the Rock Star on Facebook. Thanks, girls.
Thank you, Kim.
I mean, you can't have 2 girls like this without Amador County's #1 stud muffin.
Yeah.
Leland, how did you find yourself between these 2 girls?
Not hard, just walking around like you caught up to them, cameras.
They heard you coming from your car, huh?
That's right.
Leland, would you entertain girls like this if you could?
Sure, no problem.
I bet all the good ones are still at your place, right?
Yes, that's right, Cam.
Everybody in the county wants to know how you get away with flirting with all the women. That's what everybody wants to know.
Very easy.
And what is it? What's the trick?
Just my character, I guess.
He's a stud muffin.
Stud muffin. We've heard it right here. Leland Ruddock, Amador County, obviously #1 stud muffin.
That's right, Cam.
We're here with Dave Schaub. Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Where are you from?
Los Gatos, California.
Okay. How'd you hear about the show?
Oh, I've known Andy for years.
Right.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a natural to come to this deal. Anytime he's going to do a picnic, you can't miss it.
Sure, and that's kind of what we've been told. You've got a sign here. It says 49 states in 7 days. Tell us the story.
Well, it was a charity drive for Ronald McDonald House. It started off in about 2008. I started doing some planning for it. And I actually did 2 runs. I did one that was 49 states in 9 days. And that was in 2009, and then got an idea to try to better that, and it was done in 2007. I finished all 49 states in 7 days, 14 hours, and 21 minutes. Ended up in Hyder, Alaska.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great story. How many times did you stop for gas? Did you keep a record of that?
Oh, yeah. Tried to limit it to about 3 times a day. I had a 35-gallon gas tank, and anyway, all my gas stops were 5 minutes or less. Figured out that just about every pump in the United States will pump a gallon of gas in 11 seconds. So I knew exactly how long it would take to fill up my tank.
It was down to a science here, folks.
Oh, it was. Absolutely.
You got a lot of names on the side here. What do those represent?
Well, these are all sponsors on the car. We kind of took a NASCAR approach to fundraising. So a lot of the logos that are on here are people that have paid $1,000 or $500. We sell space on the louver. You could buy a louver for $100, and then of course you see the little red dots next to it. Those are people that have done both of the runs, supported both of the runs that we've done. So we're still taking donations. Our website doesn't go down until February of 2013, and so anyway, if you want to get online, you can go to www.49and7.com.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
We found Robert Saraceno, no stranger to TSPN TV.
Good afternoon. How are you guys doing today?
Dude, we're doing great. Yourself?
Really fine, really fine. We got a heck of a crowd down here tonight.
We sure do.
Today.
Are you a member of the Italian Benevolent Society?
Like maybe for 35 years.
For 35
or 33. I don't know who can count that. Of course, I'm only 32 and I ran over the last two people that agree with that.
Robert's just involved in so many things. I can't keep up with exactly every organization that you're involved with, but he was telling me earlier, he was saying he would much rather not be talking to me, but there was
a couple of blondes, a couple of brunettes. Yes.
There were a couple of girls that he were more interested in. You know, if
women,
you're
not girls.
Not girls. I didn't. Of course, you would go there. I got the total answer for you.
Yes, sir.
You ready? Robert Saraceno wants to be around the women. You need to go hang with Leland. That didn't go over too well.
You actually made me speechless.
Except for, as the viewers are watching this show, they'll see that we had just ran into Leland, and he was between the two of the ones I think you're talking about.
I don't think so. He's over there.
Right, he had to go take care of business.
They went that away.
Robert, good to see you. Have a good time.
Good seeing you guys. Aren't these cars great?
Yeah, they are. They are. In fact, just seeing them drive through the county and be at the red lights and filling up all of our lodging facilities, it's just been a great weekend.
Well, the merchants on Main Street in Jackson were very, very happy yesterday, and I hope we can get this event here again next year.
Right.
I'm in. We filled up a lot of the restaurants and hotels, I'm sure. And these people are leaving here and they're wandering all through the county. So hopefully it'll turn out really good for the rest of the merchants.
Hats off to Andy right here from TSPN. Thanks for bringing all your friends up to the 2012 Andy's Picnic right here at the Italian Benevolent Society.
Yes.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you. See you later.
So we found a minor league baseball coach of mine, Tim Smith. How you doing, Tim?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Seems that the guys are really seeing these two girls here tonight.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I've seen these girls around town, and you know what? They look a little different today, a little better.
And they're here for Hootenannies. Are they trying to lure you down there after the show?
I think that's the plan, yes.
How's that plan going to work?
I might stop by there, yeah. I might stop by there.
I think Dave had the plan. Tim, have a good car show.
Oh, good. It's great to be here.
All right. So now I feel like Leland in between the two girls. And I'm here with...
I hope not. Bonnie Williams.
Bonnie and...
Mama.
Pablo Cruz last night.
Yeah, great. Lots of fun. Thank you, Cam.
Hellwig Winery. Good time.
Beautiful.
Are you surprised to see how many people showed up for the picnic?
I am.
Yeah. Well, from what I've been told, since the early 50s, Andy has had he's been involved in everything to do with cars and has a following. And everybody, when we say, how'd you find out about the show? They're like, well, we for sure want anything that Andy does, we want to be involved in. So we're and Andy's here now in Amador County. And
right here. And it's his 80th. You know that? I know it. 80th.
Wow.
Coming up next month is his 80th birthday.
Right. Bonnie, you know everything that happens in the county.
Not really.
Just line up the crystals and it'll all take place.
That's it. You're funny.
Hey, drinking a little bit of what's that? Water? Water and? Mimosa. Okay, having a good time here at the 2012 Andy's Picnic right here on TSPN. And we're here. We found the face behind the name Andy Brizio. How you doing?
Wonderful. It's been the most wonderful day of my life.
Right. This is just a great atmosphere.
We had over 700 cars, and everybody just loved it. The dinners were good last night. They all loved that. We got to do it again next year.
Yeah, that would just be great.
It'll bring a lot of money into this place.
Right, it sure will, and it was just great to see all of our lodging facilities with all of these custom cars. I've seen them all around the towns, and it's just incredible.
I think it did a lot for the city.
Yeah, it absolutely.
And I feel good that all my friends showed up.
Right, and let me tell you about these friends you have, because I've talked with a few of them. Boy, they say anything that Andy does, I'm in, and it's a unanimous decision about you, Andy.
That's the truth. Yeah.
You're celebrating today.
I'm celebrating my 80th birthday, but it's not till next month.
Oh, wow.
But,
so it's kind of the picnic birth thing?
Right, exactly.
You've got a history with these cars going back to, I heard you were a flagger at the Fremont Drags?
Fremont and Half Moon Bay.
Okay.
And started doing the first T-buckets years ago, in which today my son took it over and he's building cars for everybody. You name them, all the bands and everything else. Yeah. Eric Clapton and all of them.
Right. here's the great thing. You live here in Amador County.
Yeah, I live in Pine Grove.
Okay, and how long have you lived here?
10 years now.
Okay, where'd you come from?
Concord.
Concord.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you find Amador County?
Because I used to come up here on rod runs all the time, and I said, when I retire, I'm coming up here.
That's where I go.
Yeah.
You retired here, and we are so thankful to have you, Andy. And
I'm thankful too.
have all of your friends here
I
coming to
found
visit.
so many good friends up here, and I can't believe it. I swear to it. Yeah.
Great. Mr. Command, Andy Brizio, Andy's Picnic 2012. Thanks for talking with us.
Thanks a million.
We found another car guy at a car show. Kind of strange to see that happen, right?
Kind of strange, yeah.
Don Wilkie, owner of Subaru Plus here in Sutter Creek.
That's right. Actually sponsored the event too. So
I did see that. Your name was on the flyer. Good for you.
So that was cool.
Were you a car guy as a kid?
Yeah, from the time I can remember working on stuff with my dad in the garage. So I used to roll under the Jeep when I was 9 and get my hands all greasy and go in and show my mom that I helped.
Right.
So
did you know it was going to turn into a career at that point?
No, I figured it out in high school because it's the only thing I could do.
And Don is definitely a very meticulous mechanic. I can say that for sure. You get the Route 66 shirt on. You kind of going back in time when you go look at these cars?
Well, I bought this shirt on Route 66. My wife and I rode my motorcycle back to Birmingham, Alabama a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
And when we crossed it, there was a big trinket store, so I stopped and bought the shirt on Route 66. But yeah, this is, I don't think this got enough advertising, actually. I was kind of surprised that the county didn't promote it more. But, but I think if they ever do it again, it's a huge draw.
Yeah, and I think they will, and I think collaborating and getting these people that are coming to our county some sort of discount at a merchant or somewhere to get them to come into your place is a great plan, because I know if you drive one of the cars that are stored out here in the show area, you probably aren't hurting for money.
No, not when you see someone for sale for $80,000. Yeah, there's a little polish going on out there. So
let me ask you this: you do cars Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 at least. Does that keep you from wanting to do a car as a hobby on off-hour work?
No, I like working on cars. So I'm actually, there's a company called Factory 5 that's developing a kit car that's Subaru powered. So I'm going to buy one and build my own little hot rod. It's a convertible, and it's the first convertible to be Subaru engine in it. So I'm looking forward to that. I've always wanted a convertible Subaru, and it's a rear engine turbocharged car.
Right.
So it's supposed to come out next year, so I talked to the tax man. He said I can write it off if I put my name on it.
Okay, and you come see me, I'll take care of that for you. Hey, but let me ask you this. These Subarus, you never thought of Subarus being a super fast vehicle. But some of these, is it the STI, WRX or something? Yeah, so then they're they turbocharged?
Turbocharged, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and just they stick to the ground like they're on a rail. So.
Right, and then when they can do upgrades to that, intercoolers and all that. I've seen some at the drags that just blew me away, man.
Yeah, they've actually got some of them up to 700 horsepower out of a little 2.5 liter motor. So
that's crazy. And leaving with all 4 tires having traction.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, makes a big difference in the launch for sure.
Don, thanks for talking with us.
It's all my pleasure.
Good to see you. Don Wilkie, Subaru Plus, right there in Sutter Hill. Your phone number?
267-2226. Come and see us.
I think car shows are my favorite thing. It's not just the cars, it's seeing all my friends that have that like interest in the sheet metal.
Yes, I'm happy. Today's a good day. I can't get the grin off my face from just looking around, looking at all this.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.
Stuff. My eyes can't take it all.
Right, and there is a lot of good stuff that has been around this place today.
Yeah, it's great. I'm happy. It's like Christmas to me.
Right.
Everybody's coming to Amador County instead of us going there.
Right, exactly. Because sometimes you have to drive, like the Pleasanton show is coming up, and you can drive all the way there, but now, this weekend, everybody came here.
Yeah, this will be the best show in Amador County I've ever seen by far.
Right. Absolutely. I heard there were over 600 cars or something.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's hard to take them all in.
Yeah. Can't beat the weather. The weather's good.
Sweet. Perfect.
Yeah. Nice weather. Got a little Bud Light here.
I am. I'm having a good time.
It looks like
it's great.
Glad to see my buddy Bass. I was probably 8 years old when I met this guy. He was friends with my dad, and
that's right.
Been still here in the county. You went to high school here, right?
That's right. Went to Amador High and graduated in '74.
Any of the people that you went to high school with still here in the county?
Yeah.
What are some of those people?
Who?
Yeah.
Mitch. I ran into Mitch, and I got my picture taken with JD's wife.
Oh, right. Yeah, they weren't hard to pass. I guess they're here today as the Hootenannies girls.
Yeah, there's something special.
Something, yeah, and I think they're inviting people back to Hootenannies after the car show was their gig here.
Is that what it was? Okay. Well, I had a good time.
Great.
Great.
Don, good to see you, and enjoy yourself.
Talk to you later.
We found Roy Brizio. Roy, how you doing?
I'm great.
The son of the famous Andy?
Yeah, very proud of that.
I would be too. Amazing.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun out here. This has been unbelievable. I just told my dad and mom it's probably one of the best deals he's ever done in 46 years.
What a legacy.
Oh, it's been fantastic. I had my doubts about doing it up here, and I was way wrong. This fairgrounds has been fantastic. The people have had so much fun. It's been really special.
You grew up obviously in cars. Did you stick with it all your life, or?
Yeah, I had no choice. I kind of grew up at the drag strip, and now I've had my own business for 35 years building these hot rods, and had a lot of fun.
What's the car that people are wanting to have built today?
We're starting to dabble in the later cars. We've done like a lot of 32 Fords. That's always been a popular car. And now we're kind of dabbling with the 1955 to 57 Chevrolets.
Wow.
Yeah, it's something different.
That's the newer cars for you.
It's
the
newer
50s.
cars. Yeah, it's the newer cars for us.
I like that. Where's your business located?
South San Francisco.
Okay. And how long you been there?
35 years.
35 years.
Celebrating 35 years this year.
How many cars? Do you know how many cars you built?
Over 300.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy but fun.
Can I ask what the price range is on these vehicles that you build?
They're about 150,000 to 300,000.
Right. And at 300, that'll pretty much take care of what somebody wants.
Yeah, somebody's dream. We fulfill dreams.
Are the people driving these cars, or do they just trailer them, or?
No, absolutely, they drive them. That's what's really special about our business. The people we work for take their cars out and drive them.
Are they putting? You're saying you're working on 50 Chevys now. Are they putting late model engines and things into these, or are they still using the engines from the 50s?
No, we'll take a 57 Chevy and put new engines, air conditioning, fuel injection, independent suspension. I mean, they're like brand new cars, CD radios, and tilt wheel, power seats, power windows. They're basically old cars with new drivetrain.
Right. Today's luxury in a 50s vehicle. If these guys want their wives to come with them on these trips, they better have the air conditioning and the power windows and all the amenities.
They got to listen to their wives when it comes to these cars.
Is it still the same thing where the guy has a certain amount of money in his car, but his wife thinks he has less?
Oh, I can't answer that.
I tried to slip one under the rug here with Roy. That wasn't going to fly.
Not going to happen.
It's the same figure.
Got to stay pals with the wife and the husband.
Roy, thanks for coming to the show, and
thank you.
Good to talk with you. And on behalf of the county, TSPN Television, we thank your family for coming and holding this event here.
All of you have been very supportive, and they appreciate it.
Thanks again. We found Pistol Pete, as I like to call him. How you doing, Pete?
I'm doing great. Enjoying the picnic here, Andy's picnic. Hopefully this is not the last one. Hopefully there'll be many more up here.
Right, and these are people that you've known most of your life?
I grew up with all these guys in South San Francisco. You know, we're all from the same spirit influence: hot rod, drag racing, and pretty women. And pretty women.
And pretty women, right?
Pretty women.
Fast food, fast cars, and fast women.
3 Fs. The 3 Fs.
Tell us about Mr. Boston.
Mr. Boston will be at Sacramento. It's a Nostalgia Top Fuel car. It's out of Boston. I keep it in Sutter Creek here. We got the all-time winningest Nostalgia Top Fuel driver, Howard Haight, driving the thing. Got money behind us for once, and we're going to get after the World Championship downstairs.
And how fast does the car go?
Cars run 685, 235 miles an hour. We've also run a car out of New York, Howard and I. We won the Good Guys Championship 2 years in a row on the East Coast. And that car's run 570s at 260 miles an hour.
Wow.
And this is out of Sutter Creek, California.
Amazing.
Yeah, old Dodge dealership.
Right.
If they don't kick me out of town, we're going to stay there.
Right. At the old Amador Motors is where you're located.
Yes.
Okay, and is the car there?
Yes, it is.
If the doors open, are people welcome?
Anybody in town and everybody in the county is welcome to come on by. As I tell people, I got cheap beer and cheap wine, expensive water, and the refrigerator. You're more than welcome.
That's great. And some of you guys that have been around the drag racing and the nitromethane scene are an interesting kind of character, and I really like you guys.
Oh, we enjoy doing. We used to do TSPN a couple of times, but that was way too early to get up.
Exactly, they're just getting to bed by then.
I see you interviewed Roy.
Roy.
Yeah, Roy and I grew up together, and Bobby Those are the McClennans over there. They're the other part of the South City gang.
Oh, really?
And they run a Nostalgia Top Fuel car and had Champion Speed Shop. They're the Champion Speed Shop guys.
I would have loved to have been there in those years.
Well, Andy's shop used to be right in the back of Champion Speed Shop there, you know, so South City was a small town, and I thought everybody grew up in a town that had Champion Speed Shop on the north end of town, Vitelli Speed Shop on the south end of town, and you had Top Fuel dragsters and street rods and hot rods all over the place. It's kind of like our birthright.
Right.
But so many of us has moved up here to Amador County now. So we're going to take over up here and join the locals. That's what we are now.
Great. All right, Pete. Thanks for talking with us. We'll see you at the drag strip.
Come on down.
Oh, yeah.
Bring the camera down. You have fun with us. We'll put you in the car, fire you up. That's a deal. That's an offer.
What about if we had a GoPro camera? Would you put it on the car?
Certainly.
We'll do that.
Okay.
For sure.
I'll come over to the shop and talk to you.
It's just a little box.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awesome. Here, a 32 Ford Vicky. Outlines of traditional flames, but the real fire pattern on the inside. So they kind of took the old style flame and filled it with the new style flame. Looks like a 427-inch small block with Dart aluminum heads, blower and dual quads. Let me tell you, this thing has no lack of power. I'm pretty sure you could just send the back tires into crumbling rubber. What's your name?
Val Castellani.
Val, where are you from?
From the East Bay?
Okay. Friends with Andy and his family forever?
Absolutely. In fact, Roy built my car.
Oh, really? What do you have?
Little 37 Ford.
Right. What do you think about coming up here to Amador County and coming to the show?
Outstanding. We missed it. We used to come up all the time when they had the Sutter Creek run.
Oh, yes.
And so we've missed it. Okay. So we're happy that they had it again here because it's a great place to have it.
And we're happy.
It's a great venue.
Yeah, and happy that everybody came together and came to display for us here in the county.
Oh, hey. You guys are great.
Right.
You're great hosts.
Look at these shoes, though.
Don't go there.
Don't go there. Look at these shoes, man.
This pair.
I know. Look at this, though. This guy.
Skechers.
If the shoes are that good, I can only imagine how good the car is. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. And now, TSPN's Amador This Week's Out and About. This local television coverage is proudly brought to you by Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort. And by Richard Forrester, Supervisor, District 2. And now, Amador This Week's Out and About on TSPN. Watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN. Amador This Week's Out and About has been proudly brought to you by Jackson Rancheria Casino